Working from home, don't let this guy hack into your computer. It can be a lot of trouble for you, your clients, and your coworkers. Click the link provided to see how PCH can help.
Today, we're excited to officially announce our partnership with Scout. They offer an unmatched, artificial intelligence-based email and endpoint protection paired with a 24/7 security operations center. All this, plus everything you love about PCH Technologies and our services. This level of artificial intelligence is basically unseen in the Philadelphia market. I had the opportunity to sit down with their CEO. Check out the interview. Hello, everybody. I'm excited to be here today. We have Aidan Kehoe, the founder and CEO of Scout Cybersecurity. PCH Technologies is excited to become a brand new partner. Hi, Aidan. How are you today?
I'm great, Tim. Thanks so much for having me on.
PCH Technologies is always trying to find better cybersecurity and better technologies for our clients. We did a lot of research and vetted several companies, and Scout checked all the box for us in regards to artificial intelligence-based and security operations centers security. Could you tell me a little bit about Scout in more detail and what the benefits are of using Scout?
Yeah, 100%. Well, you know what's great, Tim, and working with companies like you and your PCH, you really put the diligence into what problems affect your customers. So the three biggest problems that affect kind of all customers that we see are business email compromise, ransomware, and compliance. So what we did was we created one platform so that you could see that in all one place. It gives you one dashboard and one phone number to call. Most companies today, if they have a cyber problem, there's no 911 number for them to call. There's no emergency service. So they're calling PCH. And you partnered with us to make sure that we've got the best of breed, people, process, and technology to make sure we can support that. So all of our software is designed for companies like PCH to protect their end users against those three big problems.
That's great. That's great to hear. One of the things that really impressed me about Scout was your security operations center. Mm-hmm. Could you talk a little bit more about how that's set apart from other companies that you feel in the industry?
Yeah, I think, one thing, I realized was that I never got a call for a cyber problem that was a little problem. It was always a really big problem when it happened. So you need to be doing this 24/7. So early on in the business, we made the commitment to make the investment in finding the best talent and the best people. And one of the things that our partners and customers tell us is that they have the ability to call one phone number and get straight through to an analyst who's dealing with that problem on the phone in real time and help them triage it. There's no phone tree, there's no automated messaging. You get right speaking to a human being, because cyber problems is all about speed of response. How quickly can you get ahead of it? How quickly can you deal with that problem? And the Security Operations Center has made that easy for other companies. We're very, very focused on combining great security and great service. So all of our technology platform is built for great security, and then the operating center is there for make sure that service level is there. We have those skilled analysts available to our partners and their end user customers.
Great. That sounds really good. So have you always been interested in technologies, and how did you come to found Scout?
I think I got asked to do a TED Talk about a year ago, and it was a completely terrifying experience. It was, and I hadn't really done any analysis of what I was really interested in when I was younger, but I reached out to my friends and family in Ireland, and I found a yearbook from when I was 12 years old. And it written in that yearbook, and I'll share it with you, Tim. I'll send you the link to it. Was an article about predictions I made about computers when I was 12 years old. And funny enough, some of them came out to be true, and some of them weren't. But just quick funny story: in that TED Talk, I encourage people to protect their computers by just putting like a cover on the keyboard right? So and then fast forward whatever it is, 25 years later, here I am, protecting people with computers. So I haven't really connected those dots very much until I was kind of had to do that TED talk, and then I suppose that really led me to kind of ponder on why I was so interested in the sector. And for me, I have two small children, and if I'm going to get up and go to work every day, I want to do something that has purpose in it. And so I love the idea that I get up to go to work every day and we get to protect people in what we do. And I think more and more people, particularly millennials, want to work on something that has purpose. And we really, love the fact that cybersecurity has purpose in the work every day.
I definitely agree with that. We're always looking the way to protect our clients the best possible, from cyber threats, as well as any other impediment to keeping their businesses up and running at all times. So that's really good to hear. And we also, PCH, we support a lot of different things around the community because we want to be always on the cutting edge of technologies and bringing new things to our clients. So that's really, really good to hear.
Yeah.
So kind of on that vein, what do you see in the future of AI and machine learning? What's the next area of cybersecurity? What else is going to be the next thing you would possibly predict that would be coming in that area to make things better?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of big trends that are happening right now as we see, and we're here in an election year, it's going to be front and center again. One is you have a tremendous shortage of security talent. So for your customers, Tim, like you've done the work to find a security partner, even if they wanted to do it themselves, they couldn't find cyber expertise. So when you combine that with the fact that there's more data that's been created in the last 3 years than in the history of mankind, we're going to have to see more and more and more automation. And so very simply for anyone who's watching this, I mean, when you have all this data that gets generated, it's really, really difficult without machines to be able to analyze what's in it. So we built, computer models that analyze that type of data, and that's going to just continue. And that's basically machine learning. Artificial intelligence is really when another machine tells that machine what to do. So, I think there are certain people talk about, what the rise of the machines is going to look like. And I think we're going to see elements of that kind of coming in the future, and the speed technology is changing that. But from a security standpoint, we really don't see companies doing the basics well yet. So I think, there's kind of two things happening. There's all this sophisticated, people talk about AI and blockchain and quantum computing and all those big trends. But I think for customers, if they really get the basics down right and they make sure they have a firm like PCH who's been, patching systems for 27 years, basic email protection, basic endpoint protection. And if you do the basics, I think you can avoid 99% of those problems.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah. Before we started this process, we were considering, building out a security operations center of ourselves. But for all the reasons you mentioned, it is a major task to do so. And we wanted also to bring the expertise that Scout already has in place for all the reasons you mentioned. And we have good partnerships with other security vendors as well. And we really have strong partnerships that really are win-wins for PCH, the vendor, and also the client. So it really we try to bring the best of breed technologies and solutions to our clients. Just one last question, again around partnerships. In order for Scout to function, you really need to choose partners in regards to how you operate your business and how you partner with clients like companies like mine. Yeah. Could you kind of talk about how you go through the process of choosing partners?
Yeah, I'm actually glad you brought that up because, unlike other software and other technology, security is the only area where PCH are trying to deliver to their end user customers and somebody's trying to do something bad for that customer at the same time. Other software, you don't have to deal with that. So I think when we think about partnership, we take it very seriously. And I think the first thing I would say is I was really personally impressed with how much diligence, you did, you and your team did. I think you've been focused on cybersecurity for a long time. It's not a new thing for you. And you're committed only to bring the best. So those are the categories that we'd like to see in a good partner, and I'm glad that we've been able to partner with PCH and do that. And I'll say not everybody thinks that way, so I think it's starting to change where the more sophisticated firms, the firms that are more established, really get what they're looking for, and other firms are just looking for, maybe the best price or the lowest cost, and not necessarily around the cyber risk that their end user firms take. So whoever is on your platform, I think they're fortunate to be working with people who are as diligent as you guys are.
Okay, that's great. Well, that's all the regular questions I have. I just want to throw a quick bonus question in there.
Okay.
I understand that you do have an office in Ireland. Is that correct?
I do, yeah.
So if once this COVID is kind of past us and maybe I possibly travel to Ireland, is there a particular bar close to the office that you would recommend, or pub you'd recommend for me
the only thing you need to
partake in?
It's really important that you test more than one.
Test more than one? Okay, gotcha.
We if we go, we can figure that out. I will make sure that there's a customized trip. It's very, very important that you test a lot of different places just to make sure the quality is where it needs to be, and we'll make sure that happens.
That sounds great, Aidan. Well, thank you very much for taking the time today. I think this has been pretty informative for us. We're PCH Technologies extremely excited to be partnered with Scout. Thank you for taking the time.
Likewise. Thank you, Tim.
I hope you enjoyed the interview. As you can see, this is a real game changer. If you'd like to find out more, give us a call or check out our website.